Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. I'm Timmy B, host of the Fight Insight podcast. This is the best damn podcast that your friends aren't already watching. Go tell them to check it out right now. On today's episode, we've got the man. He is the master of the power bomb, UFC's Elijah Swift Smith. We talk about the Raja Jackson controversy and all the stuff that's going on there. And we talk about the Butcher Bryan Battle, his weight miss, and will he ever make it back to the UFC? I am here with my co-host, friend, and UFC legend, Brian BamBam Barberena.
Woo! Let's get started, Timmy B. Hit it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Fight Insight Podcast.
All right. Hello, everybody. And we are going to have a guest that I am very excited to have on. Look, this guy competed on Dana White's Contender Series over a year ago now, or almost a year ago now. I interviewed him on Millions, and from then he's just been skyrocketing. And of course, just a few weeks ago, he puts on BamBam. That was Knockout of the Year. Yeah. Just give him the award now. This is Elijah Swift Smith.
What's going on, everybody? What's up? What's up? I'm happy to be here.
Holy moly. Do not hold a triangle for too long against this guy.
Funny enough, we made a funny video last night at the gym. The technique to the lift, to the triangle choke. But since then, it's just been crazy. It's been crazy.
Dude, I remember, and I was listening to you in the post-fight speech, and what you said was what my jiu-jitsu professor would always say to me, is that when you lock in the triangle, you got to try and turn to the side. Like, you want to be like almost in a T-type shape.
Exactly.
You don't want to be just standing right in front.
Yeah, I did an interview with Matt Serra, and I told him something which we always say, angles create strangles. And Matt Serra, he was like, I love it. Right. He was like, I love it. I never heard that before. I love it. Yeah. And but it's the truth, just like what your practitioner said, your professor. Yeah, the angle when you get teed up, not only and when you hook the leg, not only does it make the triangle even tighter, it makes the your opponent from not lifting you up. Exactly.
Yeah. I'm just surprised that he didn't try to release when he got lifted so high. You know what I mean? But usually you see. Well,
but when is he supposed to?
When is he he'd get tight?
When is he supposed to release?
I mean, it's at any time, really, on the rise. I guess. I don't know.
If I'm being honest, my opinion, as soon as my back gets 2 inches off the ground, I'm moving over to something else.
Yeah.
And that's just me. I mean, yeah, I'm definitely releasing as soon as I start feeling, because he didn't have the triangle all the way locked up to where it was like, oh, I got it, it's game over. This is it.
Yeah.
He still had to make a couple of adjustments to make the triangle choke even tighter. But what was I gonna say? I was gonna say, it just kind of blanked my mind. That's how crazy.
You were saying a little bit that when your back gets 2 inches off the ground, you're letting go. I don't know if it was off that or not, but
I'm letting go immediately. Oh, and I remember, and I think the reason why he held on to the triangle choke was because his last fight was finished by a triangle choke. So I think when he got his legs up, he was like, "Oh, this is my moneymaker," So I think he just had a lot of confidence in that triangle, to where he was like, I'm getting this. Yeah. And unfortunately, it didn't go that way. Even the last fight that he had the triangle choke, he didn't hook the leg either. Right. I think the guy that he got it with was kind of gassed out, because he was going for ground and pound and everything, so he probably didn't have the energy to do something like that.
Just so that we can turn this into a jiu-jitsu seminar, when you say hook the leg, the way I understand it from when I've trained is that you want to kind of go underneath and around the ankle of the guy, right? That's what you're talking about?
Yep. 100%, almost like right where the knee area is. But yeah, perfect.
Right. Yeah, but you got to do it kind of like that,
like an underhook. Yeah, underhook. Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I'm waiting for someone to come in and hand me a belt. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, he said, "Where's my black belt?"
That's when that's supposed to happen. No, look, I did want to say,
you hear this breakdown?
You gained a ton of fans, man, after that fight. And I wanted to ask you, did you notice a big increase in your following after that? Because let me just tell you, You got some of the longest post-fight interview I have ever seen in a long time. You're friggin' I'm watching your post-fight interview and it was like just going on and on. Like it was 20 plus minutes. They don't even give some of the main event stars that much time, but the people loved asking you questions.
Yeah, and I love answering people's questions because I know that everybody, they want to hear what I have to say. They want to hear, everybody else's opinion, especially on something like that. Um, I did notice the increase of the fans and the followers on my social media platform, and it kind of didn't hit me until after the fight. After the fight, you go immediately, you go see the doctor, and then you do your interviews, and then you do your pictures. So after the fight, I went to go see the doctor just to make sure I was okay, which I was, of course. And my dad, we are sitting there, we're just talking while they're getting everything all situated. He was like, "You don't know it yet, but you kind of just changed your life with that." And probably like 2 minutes later, my phone is going off. Bing, bing, bing. ESPN, Sports Center, top 10. Friends, family, fans, everybody, UFC fighters, they're all hitting me up.
Fight
And
Insight podcast.
yeah, Fight Insight podcast. Everybody's hitting me up. And it was just like, whoa, I didn't quite understand what I just did until after that. And then when I got back to my hotel room, I was like, I rewatched the fight and I was like, damn, Elijah, you are one crazy son of a bitch. Like, what made you do something like that?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Let me just show you something. I have a graphic here on the screen. Before I get to that, though, when you say this story in the future, like when people are asking you about your growth and stuff like that, and you get to that part where you go, yeah, and then after ESPN was hitting me up, blah, 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 make sure you go. Fight Insight Podcast hit me up. Just
Boom, yeah, exactly. Gotta throw that in.
throw it
Gotta
in,
make sure.
throw it in like it's nothing. And then people will go, who the hell is that? Oh, and then they'll go
Who's
find
fighting
me.
sight? Yeah,
Yeah.
come on.
Here's
Yeah.
this image though. This is a friend of mine on Instagram who's been doing this for a long time. It's MMA_gains. And what he does is he always tracks the Instagram growth of fighters before and after an event. And I was so proud of you, dude, because here you are. I'm going to show you. There's you on the slight right to the middle gaining 8,000. And that's just
Damn.
that's just like a couple days after, right? But
Yeah.
look, this is all the winners on the card, dude. You were the second highest gain aside from Fluffy Hernandez. And he was the main event fighter with his disgusting choke, right?
Yeah, that was he big broed him.
But
Yeah.
there you are, man.
Yeah.
Dude, 8,000. And that's only at that moment in time when he cuts it. So I'm sure it's gone even crazier since that. So congratulations to you, man. That is huge.
Yeah,
Thank you. No, I
jump.
definitely
Absolutely.
appreciate that. I think now, because I think I started around like 14 or 15,000 followers, and now I'm up to 25,
Yeah.
25 and counting.
Wow.
And
awesome.
yeah, it's I'm like, whoa.
Dude, and it's just exponential growth from there, because what happens is the more people you have, the more are sharing, and it's just multiplying and multiplying, right?
Yeah.
So once you're getting that
grow and grow and grow. Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy. Now, one person that you lost as a fan, okay?
Uh-oh.
Timmy B's wife, my wife, okay?
Oh,
Huge fan of yours before, because when I had interviewed you on Million, she watched, she's like, this guy's so nice. He's so happy, so smiley. He's a great guy. Watches your first fight, no problem. Great guy, Elijah. Yeah, cheer for Elijah. Then in this fight, dude, from the very beginning, you were so violent. Like, really violent. Just the shots you were throwing, everything was connecting. My wife is like, oh no, he's like another Justin Gaethje or Barboza. And she's just like, cannot watch Elijah Smith anymore. Just too violent, Elijah.
Yeah.
So,
I came into that fight with a little bit chip on my shoulder, just because of just not from anybody else, just for my own self, my own critique. And it's just like, from the Contender Series to my UFC debut, I think they were great fights, but I'm like, how did I get to the UFC? What was it that Dana White and Sean Shelby, they wanted to give me a chance on the Contender Series? I was able to go out there and finish people. And I felt like in my last two fights, they were crazy and good fights, but I'm like, I want to show everybody why Dana White and Sean Shelby gave me an opportunity to fight on the Contender Series. And this whole fight camp, like, it was just like all business. It was all serious, you know, and I came out there with it just to prove everybody, really myself, like Elijah, you belong in this, you belong in this organization, and you've gotten finishes on the local scene, you've gotten finishes on the regional scene. Now let's go ahead and do it on the biggest, you know, platform in the world, which is the UFC. And yeah, I came in there even at the weigh-ins. Sometimes, most of the time, even when I did my weigh-ins at when I fought Vince, you know, I'm smiling, I'm happy. But this time it was like more like I'm focused, and I have a mission that I need to go and complete.
Dude, it was absolutely amazing, man. I'll try to convince my
Locked in.
wife to watch your fights in the future, but
Yeah,
I mean, it's not
I,
looking good. I'll tell you
I
that.
I had a lot of people at my job. They're like, Elijah, like, because you know, when they see me outside of the cage, you know, I'm a totally different
Like,
person.
dude, it's
I'm
vicious.
what you guys see right now, but in the cage, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
like I said, when I watched my own fight, I was like, Elijah, what is like? You are like, I scare myself sometimes.
It was, but it was heat from it was heat from the bell. Like it was just
Yeah,
like, just the first jabs you were throwing was like, pat, pat. And I'm like, oh
yeah.
no, this guy's on a mission today. Now,
And then
I do want,
I really wanted to hit him with that flying knee.
oh, dude, that was so close, man. But
Yeah.
Oh
here's the
man.
thing. You said this comment a few times, and I don't understand what this means, but I love it, that you wanted to beat the sugar honey iced tea out of him.
Yeah. No, I
Is
said I
that-
wanted to slam the sugar honey iced tea. So what it was which it's so funny because a lot of people haven't heard that term, and I feel like that's an old school term, and I'm like,
Yeah.
whenever there's a lot of people that laughed about it, I was like, dang, have you guys never heard of that before? But
Well,
but
can you only slam the sugar honey iced tea out of someone, or can you punch it out of them? Like, what is the? I want to use it
I
correctly in the future.
Yeah, you can do both. And so, but what I was saying
Okay.
about that, so I made a post on my Instagram about 10 years ago, 10 or 11 years ago, when I was about like 11 or 12. And I in a jiu-jitsu tournament, I lifted a kid up that same way, the exact same way. But in you know, in jiu-jitsu tournaments, you can't slam. And my dad, and I ended up winning that jiu-jitsu match by a rear naked choke. But my dad told me, he was like, man, if this was an MMA fight, man, you could have really slammed the shit out of him. And
Yeah.
so then boom, fast forward to today, and I finally get to slam. And then the reason why I said sugar honey iced tea was because they were telling us that in the back, they're like, hey guys, we're gonna be on ESPN Plus, you know, if you cuss, you know, you're gonna be bleeped out or whatnot. So I didn't know
Yeah.
which one was, I didn't know if we were still on ESPN Plus, so I just like said sugar honey iced tea. But then when I went back, I was like, oh, these interviews are just like the UFC's interviews, so I could say whatever the hell I want. But
Yeah.
I guess it was
Yeah.
a, you know, memorable moment.
I like it, dude. I love it, man. Look,
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Yeah.
I do some commentary and some work for Fight League Atlantic. It's an organization out on East Coast Canada. The
Yeah.
next chance I can say that term, I'm saying it, man. I like it. And I'll
Sugar
shout
honey
you out
iced
for
tea.
that. I like it. Here's
Yeah.
something I want to ask. That was your second fight on your contract after your Dana White Contender Series.
Yep.
Do you immediately renegotiate after that slam?
You know, that part I don't know. I don't think so. I think, you know, you still treat me as if, you know,
Son of a
and
bitch.
yeah, another fighter. Um, I know deep down I'm gonna get that second contract. So whether we need renegotiate now or later on down that road, I know I'm getting that second contract just because I feel like I'm somebody who you want to watch. And you know,
Yeah.
I don't feel like I deserve everything. I feel like everything is earned. And I want to go out there and just prove like, okay, I did it one time. I can do it two more times. You know, I want to keep,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
show a level of consistency because I mean, how many people do we see get a knockout and then, you know, the next fight after that or even two fights after that, they're like, okay, you had one good fight, but that was it. So,
Yeah.
so I want to make sure I keep this consistency of going out there, going out and getting the finish any type of way, shape, or form, and just keep being a good performer and keep winning.
I
Nice. I
heard.
do. I have a question off of that actually too. It's like, you know, right now with all your fights before in the UFC and everything is, you know, you're on a 7-fight win streak. You know, you have 2 fights in the UFC. This last one, huge knockout. You know, I think you're in potential to like basically jump forward quite a bit, you know, and fight some guys closer to the top 15, top 20 in that area. I wanted to get your take on how you feel about that. Do you kind of want that? Are you okay with that, like, quick road if they try to give you someone maybe top 20 and potentially, you know, after that, maybe top 15, or you want to kind of take your time, take it slow, really build into, you know, your UFC run and go from there?
Yeah, I think I kind of really want to just take my time with this. I'm still young.
Yeah.
I know that other guys like, for example, like Raul Rojas, he's now that he got a fight signed with Rob Font. In my opinion, you know, I'm not his coach or his trainer or his manager or whatnot, but
Yeah.
I think that was still a drastic that's a drastic jump for him. And I think, you know, just watching his fights, I still think he still has a lot to develop on. And that's kind of how I feel about myself. Because, you know, say I go out there and I fight a guy like Rob Font. If I win, every single fight after that will be against another top, you know, a ranked guy, knowing that there's still, you know, a lot of things that you need to improve on, because it only gets tougher from there. You know, Rob Font is kind of like, I want to say, like the gateway guy into the top 15. And then after that, it just like, you know,
Yeah.
you have the Marcus McGee's, you have the um who else? You have the Sanhagens and the just tough. It just gets super tough, you know. So I like to take my time with it. I want to say in about like the next, you know, year, maybe 2 years, then we start, you know, going on that title run. But first, my number one goal is just to get past this first contract. And once we get to
Yeah.
the second one, then we start kicking it. I mean, we already kicking it in high gear, but then we really start, you
Yeah.
know, shifting the focus of like, okay, Elijah, you got past the first, you know, now you're on your second contract. Now the run starts.
You know who's really upset to
Okay.
hear that such a
I like that.
mature and smart answer? Everybody outside the top 20. They're like, shit, get this guy out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We don't want,
Yeah.
we didn't want to fight this guy. Let him go somewhere else.
yeah, go
Uh,
somewhere else.
Yeah, man. So
I
I
thought that
wanted
was
to
a great
ask.
answer. Yeah, really
No,
mature.
100% it's a good answer, man, because you work your
Yeah.
way up and you earn it. And
Yeah.
look, I want to see you outside of the stupid apex. I know they talked to you about that. I want you in an
Yeah.
arena. You also talk, for people that do not know, this is not just Elijah Swift Smith. This is Shakur Da Bag, the
Ooh,
musical artist. And I am following you on Spotify. Your
Thank you.
music is very, very good, dude. Like really good. Like,
I'll have to
if
check
I
it
did
out.
not know you were a UFC fighter, I would think you were a full-time music artist. Okay.
Thank you.
Of your songs that are on
That's awesome.
Spotify right now, which is Timmy B's favorite?
Ooh, Timmy B's favorite.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, I would have to say, would it be Made It?
Damn straight. Holy shit. Dude, that's crazy that you said that. I have it written right here. Made It. Dude,
Yeah.
Made It is very good. And when I was listening to your songs, I'm like, okay, which one is the one that this guy will walk out to? And it
Yeah.
was either Made It or Alive.
It's yeah, mine is gonna be Made It.
Made It? Nice.
Yep.
Dude,
That's gonna be the one.
okay, so for those listening now
That's
that you
awesome.
haven't heard it, go look it up. Shakur Da Bag, look up Made It. Dude, it reminds me of when Creed walked out in the Creed movies.
Oh yeah.
One of the walkout songs I
Okay.
remember kind of gave me that feeling, dude. I can totally see it. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Now,
And I made
one
that
thing I wanna
song.
I'm gonna check this out now.
I
Dude,
made that song right after the Contender series, and it was just like, I also made a song called Comeback, and I made that song after I took my first loss when I fought Junior Cortez. And that kind of, and let me go back to what we were talking about with you know, jumping into top 25 and stuff like that. And that's the reason why I wanted to slow myself down and take my time, is because when I fought Junior Cortez, he was coming from the Contender series. He was 6-2. I was 2-0. He lost to Christian Rodriguez on the Contender series. And at the time, like I said, I was 2-0 and I felt invincible, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna jump the rankings and go take on somebody who has more experience, a veteran, you know, and he's been at the top. And it didn't go my way. And that was the first time I sat back and thought to myself, like, okay, Elijah, you got a little bit of taste of the next level, and that was good. But now let's slow the roll down. You know, you got two ahead of yourself, and let's get back to the normal. Start building myself up. actually focus on getting better on the places that I need to get better, and then we get back in there. And but I knew I was on the right track because after Cortez beat me, he got called back up to the contender series, and that's when he fought Peyton Talbot.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, if this guy just beat a 2-0 guy and got back up to the contender series, shit, then that means I'm not too far away. I just have to
Yeah.
stay consistent, just wait for
Yeah.
my time. But yeah, after that loss, I made the song Comeback, and after that, I went on a 6-fight winning streak. Well, I guess now seven fight winning streak now, and yeah, now I got a super viral, a memorable moment in the UFC.
Dude, I absolutely love it. Look,
Yeah,
here's
amazing.
something.
Amazing.
I know you've only been in the UFC for the 3 fights, kind of.
Yeah.
Has Swayze Valentine ever been your cut woman?
No.
Do you know who I'm talking about, Swayze Valentine?
Yeah, I do, but the person, my cut man has always been a House.
Okay. The reason why I
Okay.
bring up Swayze Valentine is, did you know that she's a musical artist as well and that she released a song on Spotify?
See, why are we not connected? Why are we
Dude.
not
Yeah.
like now I need to go.
Okay, hold on. Now I'm gonna give some trivia here. You know what Swayze Valentine looks like, right?
Yes.
Okay. What kind of music does she produce or create?
Oh boy.
If I had to guess, I would say I'm gonna go for a wild guess. I'm gonna say maybe EDM.
Okay. BamBam, do you know?
I have no idea. No.
Take a guess at what kind of music Swayze Valentine makes.
Actually, hold on. Let me, because
I
Swayze
don't know.
Valentine. That sounds like a EDM
I'm gonna
DJ.
go
Like,
country.
That's what I was thinking. Country. You're going EDM, right?
I'm
yeah.
going country.
Dude, it's hardcore rap.
Oh wow.
Go listen. I'm
Really?
telling you. And
She said I'm busting caps out. Like,
yeah, it's
Oh my-
dude, it is.
What?
I'm telling you,
What?
I'm like, and then I messaged her because she comes on the show annually for our Valentine's Day show, okay, because she's Swayze Valentine.
Yeah.
And then when I'm listening to him, I message her and I'm like, is that you? Or like, did you just produce this song and there's some other rapper? It's her rapping. So all I'm saying is Shakur Da
wow.
Bag, Swayze Valentine, collaboration time
We're gonna have to do it.
at
We're
some
gonna have
point.
to do it.
Dude, that has to happen,
Yeah.
and it's pretty good. I wanted to ask you, you're a young guy. Your daughter's name is Naomi.
Yep.
Is it based off of the superhero Naomi from the comics?
No, actually, I didn't even
I
pick
hope.
the name. I just her mother picked the name, and
Ah.
I was like, oh, okay, well, I like Naomi, so listen, we just rolled with it.
Okay, nice. Because there's a superhero in DC Comics, part of like the new Teen Titans, and her name is Naomi. So I was wondering if that's where it came from.
No, I did not realize that.
What gift did Naomi get after that performance of the night?
Oh man, so when it comes down to gifts, she kind of has it all. Like she has the iPads, she has the doll houses, she has the shoes. I think now it's just for her it's just creating memories now. So going on trips. So we have a
Beautiful.
planned out trip, to go to Disneyland. And yeah, for
Awesome.
right now she's in first grade right now. So when she goes on break, has like, I think, what is it? Spring break or fall, whatever the break is.
Yeah,
But
March break, whatever.
yeah, we're gonna go out to Disneyland. But I mean,
Nice.
I guess the number one thing that I got her was she's been asking for a dollhouse, like a big one, and
Yeah.
I was like, all right, well, here we go,
Yeah.
and we got it for her.
Yeah.
Daddy just slammed your way to that dollhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she understands what I do. She knows what I do, but I don't think she really understands what I do. Like I feel like in her
Yeah.
head it's like we're just like play fighting or wrestling or something like that. But I don't think she understands like the risk. She might. She's a really smart girl, but I mean, I think all of my fights, I've never been. I mean, I've been in some crazy fights, but I've never had a cut. Never came home with a black eye. I probably had like a couple of scratches or whatnot, but for the most part, I always came
Yeah.
home and never came home unrecognizable. So So I think I don't know if she knows
Yeah.
how serious this is yet.
No, no. Maybe
Yeah.
she'll know when you come home with a
When she gets
giant
a little
gold
older.
belt.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
you're
Yeah.
just carrying it over.
Mhm.
Look, man. Obviously, the slam was crazy, and at that time, you call out Rampage Jackson because it's so reminiscent of the Rampage Slam and everything you did. And now, I just want to transition a little bit, if you don't mind, because of course, in the news, hot on the news now, is what's happened to Rampage's son.
Yeah.
I asked you before the interview,
Yeah.
saying like, "Hey, do you want me to touch on this? Do you not want me to touch on it?" And you said, "Yeah. Let's talk about it." So, what is your like? Without me asking any questions, go ahead.
So yeah, so I mean,
What's your take
the
on it?
whole the whole Rampage thing is kind of crazy because what a lot of people don't know, what some people might know, just last week I was out there in California, and I did a podcast, the Jackson podcast with Rampage, and we sat there and we chatted. It was fun. I had a good time. He's always saying crazy shit, but um, I did ask him about his son, and this was before everything had popped
Yeah.
off. I was like, hey, how's your son doing? Is he still fighting? And he was telling me how he's like, trying to figure out his weight because he's a vegan, and he kind of lets him do his own thing and all that stuff like that. And I was like, okay, that's what's up. And then a couple of days later, you see that viral clip of what he did, and I really feel for his son and also for Rampage, and of course Psycho Stu. I hope he's doing really good. I hope so, because that was like, to be honest, I feel like that was something like, I don't even know how it's getting around the internet, because that was like very brutal. And
Yeah.
I don't know what Raja's life is like, outside of his streaming and his kicks, but it felt like
Yeah.
that action right there came out from like he blacked out, and it felt like it came from something that was like deep down inside him, like there was something that was always bugging him, or that, and this was his opportunity. Like, it felt like it just, unfortunately, it had to be the wrestler that he did it on. I do think, like, I don't know what his life is gonna look like after this, and the rest of his career. But I definitely know that
Yeah.
this is gonna be a detrimental shock to him for the rest of his life. And then I also think that with something like this, I hope it doesn't deteriorate the legacy of Rampage. Uh, and I feel
Yeah.
like everybody's gonna look at Rampage, look at the way how he fought, and then look at what Raja did. Because I'm telling you, when I talk to Rampage, he's such a calm dude. Like, I talked to him and I chatted with him. He likes to joke around. You never see, you
Yeah.
see Rampage doing crazy stuff, like, especially when it comes to women. But you never see him like,
Yeah.
going out there and smacking people, or trying to punk them, or like, no, he's not that dude. So I really feel like that kind of moment right there, kind of like, I don't know, like I said, if there was something deep rooted behind that, it felt like a built up anger over time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he
I mean,
snapped. Like something just snapped. Final
Yeah.
straw almost.
That,
but
and
it,
also,
Yeah.
man, you can't let because he was streaming too, and it's like, bro,
Yeah.
and you can't let these people, these little kids that are probably commenting on the stream, hyping you up.
Yeah.
You're 20,
Fuel
you're
him.
20, yeah, you're 25 years old. You can't let the people who you never met in your life, don't even know what they look like, hype you up like that. That you can't
Right.
let them get to your head. You know what you're capable of,
Yeah.
and you know what you can do, and you have an image. People are loving your streams, people are tuning in. I don't know, I only have to assume that you're making somewhat good money doing these streams.
Yeah.
So why throw that all away for 15 seconds?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't,
That's
I mean,
Yeah.
and it's tough, man. Like, when we've had different scenarios come across in the world of MMA, I had a criminal defense lawyer that used to come on the show. He's passed away now. God bless him, Daniel Martinez. He would come on and talk about the legal ramifications for some of the actions that people would do. And then since then, we now have a former prosecutor in California. He's been running for district attorney in Santa Clara. He came on the show a couple times. He's actually coming on next week. His name is Daniel Chung, and he's going to talk to us about like what this scenario can result in, because like as
Ooh,
you're
yeah.
saying,
I would
like
definitely be tuned into that.
like what does this mean,
Yeah.
man? Because, and to your point, and one of the things I learned previously is about the premeditation aspect.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
when
yeah.
he's there on that stream and he's saying, I'm gonna get this guy, or blah blah, or there's all those moments in between him getting hit in the head with the can, right, is what generally
Yeah.
people are saying kind of like initiates this beef
Yeah.
between them.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of time in between that, and there's a lot of moments, and I worry. So, you know, next week, spoiler alert, Daniel Chung is coming back on the podcast. He's running for district attorney in Santa Clara County, which is where Cain Velasquez was charged and all that. He knows his stuff, man, and so he's
Yeah.
going to tell us about, like, you know, what we could foresee for this. But like you're saying, I mean, I don't know the guy at all. Like, I honestly, I've never really even heard of him, and then to see this is just like, what, like, that
Yeah.
it's not good, man. It is not
Yeah.
good at all.
You know what? And it's also like one of those
Yeah.
things. It's like I feel like I don't know how much how much jail time, or if he'll do jail time. I don't know what that looks like. But the biggest thing
Yeah.
for the Jackson family is that since Raja, people know him as Rampage Jackson. Some people, not, there's not a lot of people that really know. Like I can't go up to somebody and be like, hey, do you guys have you seen Raja Jackson? They're like, who's that? But if I say,
Yeah.
Rampage, so what I'm trying to get to is that since a lot of people don't, all they know about Raja for the most part is that he's Rampage Jackson's son.
Right.
I feel like,
Yeah.
nah, like I said earlier, it's gonna fall on, Rampage.
I guess, but I mean,
Yeah.
I really don't. I would hope not, and I don't
I would
think
hope
so,
not too.
because even if people are to
Yeah.
say like, oh, but that shows how he was raised or whatever, I don't know. That all kind of falls in. That all kind of falls away once you're a man. Like once you're
Yeah,
22 years old, 23 years old,
Yeah.
you can't use that as an
It's
excuse.
his actions.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I
It's his
think
actions.
and he's like he's 25, right? So I
Yeah,
mean, yeah,
Yeah.
he's more than a grown man to me. 25, you can't be letting
Yeah.
these people in this Twitch stream or Kick stream chat or whatever,
Yeah.
get to your head. Like you have
Yeah.
something good that's going for you. It was I'm not gonna lie, I was really sad about it, just to see that whole thing, because I was just, chilling with Rampage. I had a good time, and
Yeah.
he invited me
Yeah.
out, gave me his number. He was like, anytime you're in Cali, hit me up. And I was like, damn, that's hell yeah, this is dope. So to see
Yeah.
him have to go through this not even a couple of days later, it's like I can only imagine how he feels, being a father,
yeah,
there isn't anything that he can really
Yeah.
do.
yeah, for sure, man. And then being a young man and
Absolutely.
a
Yeah.
father
Yeah.
yourself, right? Like
Yeah,
you can, it
just
can only
helpless.
internalize it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, man,
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
I don't want to keep you too long. I appreciate you coming on the podcast so much, man. I do hope we get to speak
Yeah. It's been
again.
great talking with you.
Yeah, it's amazing. And look, I want to ask you one question before we go. The one final thing. Before I do that, though, is there anything that you want to say to the fans, viewers, and listeners that are watching?
I just want to say I want to thank all my fans, my supporters, my family, my team. Yeah, we're just gonna keep getting better, and just staying tuned for the next one. That's not gonna be one that you want to miss, and hopefully they get me in the arena so I could do it live in front of a plethora of people.
And you can all hear
That'd
the
be awesome.
song
Yeah.
"Made It"
Yeah, exactly. Hear the
Yeah.
song,
echoing.
and then after the fight, when I go out there and win, you guys know I'll be on the Fight and Sight podcast back again talking about it.
Ah, oh my
There we
gosh.
go.
Nice.
Look,
Love
man,
it.
last question I'm going to ask you is a question that I ask everybody on the show. It's a question that my mom used to ask me almost every day of my life growing up. On a scale of 1 to 10, Elijah, how happy are you?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I want to say I'm at an 8, and the reason why is because I never want to be satisfied. If I'm at a 10, then something is wrong, and I always feel like there's something out there that I can always achieve, even if I feel like I have it all. Like I always feel like I need to go out there and do something more. Like there's always more out there to do. So I'm always happy. So I'm gonna say an 8, just because I don't want to keep the bowl too full and then I get too complacent. I never want to get complacent. I always want to figure out something new. Just to keep my mind going. I'm only 22, so I'm always on an adventure on what's next.
Dude, it's crazy,
Wise
man. Look,
man there.
This, I'm telling you, Bam Bam. And as much as we're saying, like,
Yeah.
you can't blame a parent for their child's mistakes, dude, you should be really proud of the man that you are, and say hi to your dad for us, and your whole family. Like, whoever's raised this Elijah Swift Smith, they've done a very, very good
Done a
job,
great
man.
job.
Everything that I see about
Yeah.
you should be so proud of yourself.
Thank you. I do appreciate
Yeah,
you guys a lot, man. For real. I appreciate what you guys stand for and what you guys do for fighters.
All right, man. You take
Thank
care,
you.
my friend, and
Yeah,
I'll
I
talk to you
appreciate
and
that.
see you soon.
Yeah, have a great day.
Thank you. You guys have a
See ya.
good one.
Good
See ya.
talking to you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. You too.
All right.
Ready when you
That
are.
is Elijah Swift Smith. Look, man, what a cool dude. I mean, every answer he gave, Bam Bam, you can see how mature this kid is.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. He's like an old soul, you know? He's
Yeah.
definitely very mature and smart, and definitely focused on like the right things for his career, and how to go about it, and the right ways to go about it, and taking it to the next level, and when that needs to happen. So really impressed. That was my first time talking with him. Really impressed on the person he is, and great human being. It was great to talk with him.
Yeah, really, really good dude.
Big
man.
things expected. Yeah.
What's that?
Big things expected for him. Big things
Yeah.
expected for him in his next few fights for sure.
The only thing I would say that I didn't like his answer was about the renegotiating the contract. God damn, dude. I like
That is
know-
hard to do though. That's
Is
hard
it?
to do. And I sometimes, yeah. I think he could go and try.
I mean, just ask,
but-
right?
Yeah.
Could you
It's
ask?
probably on his manager's point, but I think also too, like, you go get 2 more wins. Say it sounded like he had 2 more fights off on his contract, is what it sounded like. So, he goes and gets 2 more wins, and I mean, at that point, he's negotiating some serious money. He had a highlight reel moment. Who knows what highlight reel moments are to come? But he secures the contract with all wins, and I mean, man, he's gonna get a bag for sure.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm trying to look to see here if I can figure out who his management team is. Iridium.
I wonder if his dad manages him. Oh,
no,
okay,
I think okay, I'm seeing a post here back in August 9th from Iridium Sports Agency. So maybe that's them. Dude, just closed mouths don't get fed. Just ask. I mean, that is a crazy knockout, viral moment. Like, it showed 8,000 new followers within like a very short amount of time after that win. It's only going to go up once he drops.
Yeah.
Once he drops the collab with Swayze Valentine and they do the best song.
I'll have
of
to go
the year.
listen to her music and his music.
She only has
I'm
the
gonna listen
one
to both of
song,
their musics.
only the one song, but it's insane. Like, you're like, what the hell is this? Like, I could not believe it's her. But Shakur Da Bag's song is all of Shakur Da Bag's music is, dude, it is production quality. You can tell it's like very, very good. But like, he's excellent.
I had no idea he did music too. So I'll definitely have to check that out.
That's why you listen to the Fight and Sight podcast, Bam Bam, because we reveal things like this.
Exactly. Exactly. Did he walk out to that song already that you were talking about?
No. So what he had said before is that he doesn't want to walk out to his song until he's in an arena. Like,
got it. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, right? Because it's just like, what's the point? I guess.
That makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Here's a funny thing about walkout songs is that when I was watching the PFL a couple weeks ago or whatever, when Jenna Bishop fought Liz Carmouche, it kept cutting out during their walkout. Like, it would keep cutting to commercial during their walkouts, and so by the time the stream came back, or by the time the show was back on, they were already in the cage, and I was like, how come I never see their walkouts? And like, honestly, I wasn't watching everybody. I only watched the people that I know, so I just turn it on for Jenna and Liz.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did they skip their walkouts, or because I'm in Canada, did they just cut it for whatever reason? And then I was speaking to somebody, and they're like, no, like Bellator and PFL just always cut out the walkouts. What the frick?
UFC does it sometimes for sure. Yeah.
But that's all. But
I feel like
not
UFC
on.
sometimes does it, but not often. Yeah, not all the time. And
That's like in a
on the
time
main
crunch or
card,
something
usually
like
they're
that.
showing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, the walkout is like such a great moment for us to like see the fighter. It's a nice visual. The commentators can then say stuff
Exactly.
about the fighter, right? Like that's where you learn.
Yeah.
Lame.
You kind of see what
Lame.
like mind space they're in and how they're ready for the fight, kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh
For
Friends
sure.
of the podcast update. Do I have anything necessarily? Josh Hokett?
Yep.
Did we talk already? How long ago was that? Have we talked already that he won? Anyways,
I want to say we did.
no,
But
I don't.
we can say it again anyways. He won.
He won.
Did we? I can't remember. God damn it.
He won. Got his UFC contract. His speech was fairly his speech was, how do you say it? Controversial.
Did you say controversial?
Yeah. It was a little bit odd, like a little
It
bit
was
odd.
a skit out of a wrestling esque.
But that's who he is, man. Friggin' give him the mic, let him do his thing. He puts his American flag bandana on, puts on the sunglasses, and he goes to town. So good for him, dude. Make the name for yourself. Big Sam, he fought on the weekend. He didn't come away with the win, but he did do well. BamBam, I'm saying to you, train this kid. I know you're generally close. Hit up Big Sam and help him train. This guy wants to do well. He has seen success, but I feel he could do better. He needs BamBam in his corner.
Yeah.
Reach out to him and see
I'll
if
reach out to him. Tell him to come get a session in.
Because I feel like even just a couple of sessions, give him some things to work on from a true professional fighter such as yourself. See where things can go, like, and I'd like to see him have even more success, but I'm proud of him regardless. And then the other friends of the podcast, other thing that I want to say is, like I said, so we revealed Daniel Chung coming back on the podcast next week. He is going to, by then we'll have even more of this Rajah Jackson stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll know
details
a little
and everything. Yeah, for sure.
More details, maybe more things come out because I'm reading lots and we'll talk about it in a second. But so Daniel Chung is going to come on. He's going to talk to us. He's running for district attorney in Santa Clara right now. He's a former criminal prosecutor. He knows what the hell's going on. And the Rajah Jackson thing happened in Los Angeles. So it's in California.
Which is it? Los Angeles or Las Vegas? Which one?
No, Los Angeles, California, right?
Los Angeles. Okay.
So it's in Los Angeles, which is the same state. So I feel like Daniel Chung will have even a little bit more information, maybe.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. And we are meeting for the first time, thanks to BamBam.
What?
Jake Peacock, right?
What?
Jake
Peacock?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know where you were getting at. Yes. Jake Peacock's coming on. Look forward to talking to him. He has a fight coming up in one Muay Thai fight.
Yeah.
He has a fight coming up, but he's also doing a bunch of other big things, making some big moves on the outside. And look forward to talking to him. Actually, we talk off and on a little bit on social media, but it's been a while, to be able to see his face and talk firsthand with him. So it'd be good to catch up. We had we trained a little bit back in the day at the MMA lab. He came in and did some time there and trained there for a bit. So that's where I met him. So then always followed his career after that. Yeah. Good guy.
So now, and for those that don't know, Jake Peacock has one arm.
Yes.
Right? It's at the elbow, just past the elbow. And he's a professional Muay Thai fighter. So very, very popular.
He's a true inspiration. Yeah.
Crazy.
He's a true inspiration. Yeah.
Achieving the highest level of the sport. Now, we've seen several fighters with this condition who have made it very far. There's the MMA guy who was in Bellator.
What's his name? Nick Newell, I think.
Nick Newell,
I think.
Yeah, Newell.
Yeah.
Nick Newell. And and in Street Beefs, they have a guy.
Really?
His nickname is Nubby.
Huh.
Nubby, I think. I think that's the name he goes by. But he also has one arm and is a great fighter too. Like, it is crazy that, that these individuals have not let anything stop them. And like, it's very cool, man.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to meet him too. So that should be great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to talking with him. Yeah, it's gonna be a good
one. Did you train against him? Like obviously when you trained at the MMA lab, did you ever spar him and like do rounds?
I mean, we've grappled. We did some rounds. I mean, back in the MMA lab. I mean, even now or whatever, you get rounds with everybody who's pretty much in the session and everything like that. You kind of rotate. Yeah. Body types. You get different looks, different feels. Obviously some guys are bigger, some guys are smaller. But even still, you get a different look. So yeah, we definitely mix it up back in the day. I know we grappled a little bit. We did some striking a little bit. He was there doing a little bit of everything. So yeah, he was there for a bit, but we mixed it up together, and yeah, it was great. He's definitely made a lot of improvements for sure.
He's Australian.
I
think so, right? Yeah, he's Australian, and he's fighting for ONE FC. So. And like, look, man, so there's lots to talk to him, about all the different things that he's doing and the inspiration that he is, but also his ONE FC fight. And then also, like, what's your future in ONE FC? Like, I mean, this guy is one of their stars. Yeah, this is like,
he's for sure a big star. He's a big star. Like, he won the Road to ONE, and then he had a big fight not too long ago. And I mean, this kid, when he fights, I mean, it's always exciting. It's technical. He's sharp, and he's really he has a good character, and he puts on a show for the fans, and the fans really eat into it and love watching him fight. You can tell that. So he's definitely a big star. And I will say, like, if one doesn't, if fizzles out some or whatever, I feel like they could keep the Muay Thai even if they drop to the MMA or whatever. I feel like they have a lot of big Muay Thai stars and a lot more Muay Thai fights in general. So I think that's definitely a place, an outlet that they could keep alive for sure. But obviously, we've been talking about ONE for a while. We never know where they're going to go and what's going to happen with them. They've seemed to always be kind of on the edge of existence at times. So yeah, it'd be interesting to hear his take and if he has any insight on the promotion and the Muay Thai side, I guess.
Yeah, and then here's the thing too: a guy like him. Oh, I didn't put our music on. Yeah, try it again. I liked it last time. Did you listen to it back?
Did you like it when you listened back?
I thought that's pretty good.
I didn't listen to it back.
No way. Are you not trying to perfect your craft? Yeah, this is the music here. I like it. Hold on, where are we? Okay, there, around 28, 29. But I would think, like, if you're a guy like Jake Peacock, I would think that you do have Chatri's ear. I would think that you're probably a star, that you've met Chatri or whatever. Like, unlike maybe some of the other fighters that we've spoken to that maybe like don't get always talk with the boss. I feel like he might. So I'd be interested to see
for sure. I can definitely see that.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Plus, he's a very likable guy and everything. Okay, one thing that I wanted to talk to you about, because we're not going to go too long today, but one thing I wanted to talk to you about was the Butcher. Why can't I think of his name now? Pooh Bear, the Butcher, Bryan Battle.
Oh, Bryan Battle. Okay.
Do you know the story here?
The weight miss, getting, missed the last one at 170, missed the new one at 185, both by 4 pounds. Yeah. Gets cut from the UFC and then gets picked up by Dirty Boxing.
Oh, look at you. Look at you all over the news. Yeah. So
I actually know something today. Yeah, there we go.
So first time for everything. So he misses weight, right, by like 5 pounds or 4 pounds. Like, it was a crazy weight miss, man.
Yeah. And he had went up from back up to 85 because his last fight he had a bad miss at 4 or 5 pounds at 170, and so he got. Usually this happens, you see the UFC do this with guys who have big misses like that.
Gas
you know,
still
who sometimes shows struggle of being at 170. Exactly. So they push him back up to 185. Comes in with a huge miss again. And, you know, the fight gets canceled and all that as well. So I talked with just some people about it a little bit, and they seem to think that they believe he was cut because of the way he went about it afterwards, like his response to it, about the fight getting the weight miss and the fight getting canceled and stuff like that.
as in
If that has something to do with it, yeah, like him taking it lightly, like just kind of shrugging it off and not really like, you know, being apologetic and, you know, like,
yeah.
I don't know, not showing real care about the miss and the fight being canceled and things like that. So whether that was a reason or not, I don't know. But yeah, 2 big misses like that, that's tough.
And you're in a prominent spot. You're a guy that, like, you know that they want to push this guy. His fight style, his look,
Yeah.
the way he is on the mic. He's a good character. If you miss these weights and we can't have you fight, I mean, it's a big thing, man. I would assume that his contract was pretty sweet as well. Have you? Okay, I don't want to like get you upset, but you never missed weight, right?
I've never missed weight, no, and I never will miss weight.
Did you ever corner anybody that had missed weight? Were you ever like in someone's corner when they missed weight, and then how did that go?
Maybe on like a regional show way back
sure.
in the
Okay,
day.
but not in UFC level, like not with you with Benson Henderson or anybody like that.
No, especially not Benson Henderson. I mean,
No,
it was one of those things. Especially,
just-
you know, Ben was always one of those guys. Like, no matter what, we're making weight. You know, whatever the suffering is, whatever it is,
Yeah.
like we're getting through it. And I mean, I've always kind of lived by that too. Like, I'm never gonna miss weight. I've had hard weight cuts, a lot harder than people know, and you know, been through some things, and you know, I still make it to the scale. I still make it on weight.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
But-
okay. I mean,
With that said,
so, I mean,
but the guys I did was with that missed weight back in the day or whatever got on the scale. You know, oh, we missed, we're going to cut the rest. You know,
Right.
you know, we go back and we cut. It's not by like, you know, 4 or 5 pounds. It's by a pound or half a pound, and it's like, okay,
Right.
we're going. You know, we got an hour. We're gonna get this off. You know, kind of thing. So.
I mean, if you're Benson Henderson and you miss weight, you just spit out a few toothpicks.
Yeah, pull out some toothpicks, make it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's out.
Nah, he's a true professional for sure.
So, look, in your opinion, as a former UFC fighter, this weight miss, pretty big deal, and it is reasonable that they would then cut you, you think?
Yes, absolutely. You know, obviously you've seen guys like you mentioned Kelvin Gastelum, who's missed weight before at 170. And usually it's like he misses weight at 170, they push him back up to 85. And then he tries to go back down to 70, and maybe he misses weight again, and they push him back up to 85. And
Right.
I'm pretty positive he's made weight at 85 every time. So I think definitely like a big miss like that. And then coming back and doing a big miss, and then maybe it does have to do with the way he, you know, how he responded to it too. You know, they kind of just like brushed it off like it's no big deal.
Right.
I don't know, but yeah, I think they were perfectly, you know. Oh, you know, I don't know. I think it was reasonable in a sense. You know, whatever. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, you don't know that the person's gonna make weight the next time, or. I think one of his things he said was like, I'm getting older, things are getting harder. It's like, I mean, they do get harder, and yeah, but you make the adjustments. One of the adjustments was you went up to 185, so that's, you know, you still have to deal with that. That's supposed to help you a little bit by going up, you know, 15 pounds. So
I mean, he's 30 years old. He's not like an old man.
yeah.
Right. I mean, that's generally they say that this is around your prime time for fighting is around that age. So I mean, it's tough. It's tough to say. But I think what you're saying is it's about your mentality, it's about your behavior, and it's about how you accept responsibility. Because I don't think
I think that does have a lot to do with it for sure.
Had he
came out, he go ahead. Yep.
No, sorry. Had he reacted better, had he been more apologetic, had he been more self-reflecting in this, then it's very likely you would not be fighting at Dirty Boxing for $12 and a Big Mac.
Good. Yeah. Potentially, yeah.
I mean,
I think so.
Look, dude, I mean, are we kidding here? That cannot be very lucrative, right?
I've got to say that I don't know what their backing is or anything like that, but I can imagine that he's not making nowhere near what he was making in the UFC.
Yeah, and even if you made even close, that's not going to be a long-term form of employment, right? So like, it's not like you're like, oh, I'm getting this massive boxing payday, like a Ngannou versus Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you're getting life-changing money. At the best, you're getting what you were gonna get as one of your 5 fights on a UFC contract. You know what I mean? Like, you just delayed the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there potential that he? You're gonna say? I think what I was gonna say is like, there's potential of him, securing some wins, making weight consistently, and getting the call back to the UFC. I do believe that is still an option for him. I think he still can. I think he can do that. I think it's still a possibility that they would re-sign him, but he has to show that he can make weight consistently. I'd say at least 2, maybe 3 fights.
So the thing is
making weight consistently.
So the thing is,
and winning, of course.
Sure.
Yeah.
But here's the Timmy B conspiracy of the week. I'm using this term very loosely because he will never be back in the UFC. And the reason is, like you said, he's going to have to get some wins at the weight and blah, blah, blah. I don't think there's anywhere for him to go. I don't think he's going to go to PFL, and I don't think PFL would sign him. ONE FC is not an option, and I just don't see any of these organizations would give him an opportunity to even prove himself to get back to the UFC. And then what are we talking?
Well, they already have. Dirty Boxing signed him, and I know that's not MMA, but it doesn't matter. It's still
no, I don't think that counts.
I mean, I believe it still does. Absolutely, for sure. If it's bare knuckle, even if it's bare knuckle, I mean, they brought Joe Stevenson back, you know what I mean? So I think it's definitely, it doesn't matter if it's MMA or not, 100%. I believe that. I mean, there's still karate combat.
Oh, really?
Karate combat, I guess. Yeah, I don't think it matters if it's MMA or not. I think what's going to matter for him to get back in is getting wins, finishes preferably, probably, but getting wins and then making weight consistently. I think getting finishes helps him get there faster, but I think the making weight thing is the biggest thing, and I think he needs to do it consistently. Like I said, I believe 2 to 3 fights, and he could potentially be back in the mix.
You heard it here first. Brian BamBam Barberena gives you the word. Look, I'd like to see it, because every time he did a post, like, he would post about whatever, I'd be like, French people hate this dude. French people don't like this guy. Like, because, when he said, like, you thought a Frenchman was going to be the Butcher. Like, dude, I love it. I think he's so funny. I think he's a great character. Look, I'm happy. If the legend BamBam says he's going to be back in the UFC with a few good wins and a few proper weight cuts,
possibly,
good on him, man. Get your ass back in here. And then my worry is that there just weren't going to be any organizations that would give him that shot, because I don't know that they would bother is my thing. Like, why, like, if I'm PFL, why am I going to help you get back to the UFC? Forget it. I'll just sign some other guy from friggin' Pensacola. You know what I mean? Like, who cares? But
for sure. Yeah.
Because they would know that that's his goal. But if you're saying I can do it
Yeah.
while I'm doing BKFC or while I'm doing dirty boxing or whatever the hell, okay, then let's see that happen.
Yeah.
So now he's just got to knock out a few.
I do
fools
think
at dirty
that's a
boxing.
possibility.
All right. All
Yeah,
right.
potentially, and make the weight. And this fight's at 185 as well. I mean, that was it was like last week that he didn't make weight. This is the fight's coming up. I believe he's fighting at the end of this month. Maybe this weekend, I think. I'm not sure, but
nobody knows.
It's either this week or next week, end of the month, whatever. Nobody knows, but we'll see if he makes weight. You know what?
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Well, let's see what happens. If the Butcher can do it and we see him back in the UFC, that's all I want to see. I want to see him fighting at UFC Paris in 2027. And he can fight all the French people.
I think Timmy B's conspiracy for sure that if he doesn't make weight this one, the likelihood of him making it back goes way down.
To be fair, the commission at dirty boxing, I don't think is like top tier. You know what I mean? Like it's like
yeah, they gotta slide a little onto the table right there and be like, oh yeah, he's 85.
What? Yeah. he hasn't even stepped on the scale yet. They're like, Bryan Battle 185. Yeah. Like,
yeah.
Look, man, friends of the podcast update, and I said it while we had Elijah Smith on. I want to say, of course, Fight League Atlantic FLA 21. It's on September 20th in Pictou, Nova Scotia. Get your tickets now. Look, I just booked my rental car. It is dirt cheap, man. When you're there in September, it is not expensive, man. Fly out there, get a cheap flight, get out there, come watch the show. It's going to be amazing. The fights that they have lined up are incredible. The fighters are great. The people are great out there, and it's a great time. So Fight League Atlantic, FLA 21, go check it out. www.fightleagueatlantic.com. Bam, bam. That is it for the show, my man.
Live. If you can't be there live, get the pay-per-view.
God damn straight, Bam Bam, get that pay-per-view. Look, and follow them on Instagram as much as you follow us. Look, Bam Bam, that is it for the show, man. We'll see you next week. We've got Jake Peacock, and we got Daniel Chung bringing the law.
Awesome. Looking forward to it.
See you later, buddy.
Bye.